Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Good VA Show with Tracy Daviero. If you are a virtual assistant or want to be one, this is the place to learn the tips and tricks you need to become a ridiculously good VA. I've been a part of the VA industry since 1998, and I'm excited to get to know you and help you build an amazing business. Let's go. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the podcast that teaches you how to be a ridiculously good virtual assistant. Today I want to talk about improving and expanding your skill set as a VA. Today's quote comes from W.B. Yeats. Education is not the filling of a pot, but the lighting of a fire. How awesome is that quote? I just love it. Education is the lighting of a fire. That's precisely how I want you to think about it. So, because I really love this quote, that's where I want to start the episode today. Education is not the filling of a pot, but the lighting of a fire. When we first start our VA business, there is so much to learn. Most VAs I know love to learn, me included, so that's usually not a bad thing. Until you get stuck in the learning and you don't move forward. That's another conversation altogether. But here we're talking about fire. When you got your VA business started, you had a fire in you. You felt passionate about what you were doing, why you were doing it, and you were voraciously reading and learning everything you could so that you could make a go of it. And then you started your business and you either did well or maybe you struggled. But in either case, you probably settled down into the day-to-day and stopped learning. I know for me, I got so busy with client work that I really didn't do much for myself anymore. And maybe it's the same thing for you. But when we learn something new, there's the light that goes on. I think it's that fire, and we see new possibilities, new pathways to where we want to go. You didn't start your VA business to give yourself a job. At least you shouldn't have. You started it to help people, to help yourself, and to help your family. So I want to talk today about how to light that fire, that spark, and get you moving again. First, you need to identify areas for improvement. The very first thing you need to do when you want to learn something that is significant or will move that needle is to figure out what will make some kind of a difference. Conduct a self-assessment or an audit of what you're doing in your business right now. What services are you offering? What platforms are you using? What are you doing really well? What are you struggling to do well? What bugs you? And what do you love? When you start to look at everything that you do in that light, you can find the areas where you might need some help or where you just want some help. Maybe you've been putting off getting a certification as a Facebook community manager or learning the next level of QuickBooks. Maybe you finally want to finish those Dubsado demos or get better at using Canva. Maybe you need to get better at time management and managing the distractions that you're dealing with when the whole family's home for the summer. Being able to assess what areas are ripe for improvement is the first step. And then you just need to figure out where the best place to get the training that you need is. Online courses and certifications. I always tell VAs that for the most part, you don't need any certifications to do what you do. It's not always the case, of course. Some service offerings require you to have training and experience like medical services or law services, and sometimes even maybe real estate. But just because you don't need it doesn't mean that you don't have to look into it. I always felt that if I could show someone that I was trained in something, that it would seemingly hold more significance than just if I said I knew how to do it. Freelance U was my go-to place for skills training, and I still highly recommend it because when I was learning, I was able to proudly display the badges from the certifications I took. I do think it made a difference that these were prominently displayed on my website. I don't know if they do badges anymore, but I like them. It certainly helped with my confidence when I was talking to potential clients. I felt qualified. So we learn for various reasons, and sometimes certifications is a part of that. But definitely, online courses are, for me, the way to go. I love the self-study or the self-paced program option. I like to be able to learn on my own schedule and go as quickly or as slowly as I want. There are lots of places to learn online. Some of them you're going to need to invest in, and some will be free. And there are worthy trainings in both types. I always advise that VAs stay updated with industry trends and new technologies. Things move very fast these days, and however you can help your clients stay at the top of their game, the better it is for you as a VA. You should keep ahead of their industry trends as well as yours for your business. It's not difficult to convince a VA to take a training. I know that. Many of us are what I call perpetual learners. I know I love to learn new things. That it can help you be better at being a VA is the key. Attend workshops and webinars. You don't have to attend every free Facebook ads webinar out there, but make a point of attending workshops and webinars that can help you stay sharp in your VA business. This is essential. Live training sessions are the most valuable ones, in my opinion, because you have the ability to ask questions of the expert in real time as you are learning. I do love my pre-recorded sessions, though, that I can take on my own time, but there really is much merit in being able to implement what I learned quickly. And if I have questions, having the trainer available is a really amazing option. Training also helps you a lot with your confidence and your resilience. When you're a step ahead of your clients or your colleagues, that can be really powerful. Being able to help others by showing them the way or helping them with something complex is really good shot to your confidence. Professional associations and communities. Becoming a member of a professional VA association like CAVA is helpful in a lot of ways. Many of our CAVA members say that it makes them feel more professional or serious about their business when their clients can see that they're investing in being part of a trade association for their industry. And of course, we all have the badge, right? We also offer a lot of benefits for VAs that help them start, run, and grow their VA business. Online communities where your colleagues are hanging out are also great places to spend time smartly. No one understands your VA business like another VA, and when we need advice or support or just a place to take a break, our VA colleagues can be invaluable. VA communities like CAVA and My Virtual Assistant Lounge have VAs in them that are at all stages of their businesses. Being a part of a community allows you to share your experiences and learn about the experiences of others, and you just instantly feel like you aren't alone. Sharing best practices is one of the most important pieces of being in a community with other VAs. That can even give you some solid information about what training you should focus on next. Read industry-related books and articles. Are you reading business books at all? I ask this of most of the VAs I work with. It's a really simple way to build your little arsenal of knowledge every month. Books are cost effective and it can really help you focus on one thing at a time. Whether you're trying to fix something in your business or if you're just trying to grow to something or to somewhere that you haven't been before, reading business or industry related books can be really helpful. Along with books, subscribing to blogs and newsletters of those who teach what you want to know is also a very good practice. It makes it easy to stay informed about the latest trends and tools and other topics that you need to know about without a whole lot of effort. Pick a few people to follow or to receive email from. The key is to make sure that whatever you're receiving, you're implementing in your business. Anything else becomes noise. Practice new skills. The important thing about learning something is putting it into practice. Implementation is the key to making what you learn valuable. There's something to be said for the timing of training or learning. And as a VA, it's really important to find that timing, that balance. If you take a course or a training session, pick at least one thing that you can implement from it. If you don't, it's probably a waste of your time to book it in and take it. It may seem necessary to jump at that free or paid training or whatever subject right now because you think it's not going to be there the next time, but be sure that you're going to use it now, or it really isn't the right time. Being able to practice is also key. If you have great clients who don't mind you dipping your toes into new things, that can actually be really helpful. Otherwise, sign up for a free trial to practice if that's a possibility. The same thing with implementation. If you learn something to offer as a new service, you are going to need practice to make sure that you can do it well for your clients. Technology is your friend. Learning tech is one of the best ways that you can up-level yourself as a VA. You don't have to become a techie VA, but leaning into technology is a really good way to stay up on the new developments and trends that are happening in the VA world. New apps and platforms are popping up all the time. Now, I don't mean you have to learn all of everything, of course, but be on the lookout for things that are relevant to the services that you offer and be sure to check them out. Our clients are always looking for the best ways to do things, and we should be too, for our own VA business, but also for their business. If you can be one step ahead, that's very good practice as a VA. Knowing what's out there that's relevant to the services that you offer and to your clients' businesses can be really smart. When I was offering virtual event services for my clients, I checked out every new webinar platform when it came out so that I could offer my insight to my clients when they inquired, because they did inquire. And I knew the key differences between what the new platform did versus what we were already using. It was easy enough to stay on top of without learning how to use every single thing, right? Every new thing. Automation tools are especially important. How do they work? How do they work with what you're already using or what you're already doing? Repetitive tasks are the things that automation can really help with. When we talk about time being money, as a VA, automation can be super helpful. What can you look at on a regular basis that will help you stay on top of stuff like this? That's your key. Seek coaching and support. I will always recommend finding a coach who can provide guidance and support for your professional development. It's important to have someone to go to share your struggles and your successes with. Moving your VA business forward means taking steps, and sometimes we need some help to take those steps. Support comes in the form of professionals and also your colleagues. Joining a mastermind group like the Virtual Circle is a great way to keep yourself taking those steps forward with the support that you need. Private coaching is also a good option when you need specific strategy and support. Yes, it costs more, but it can be really worth it when you need fast results. Set goals. This often sounds icky to VAs when I say set goals. For some reason, goal setting reeks of corporate or sales, but it really isn't. Goals are important to help keep you moving forward, but they don't have to be heavy duty all the time. Knowing where you want to go is the first step in how you're going to get there. In fact, so many of the things that VAs come to me with because they're struggling can be fixed by actually setting a simple goal and some action steps to reach it. It's a very simple process. And if you aren't setting and reaching goals, that could be the one thing that changes everything in your VA business. I'm going to leave it here for today, but let's circle back to today's awesome quote. Education is not the filling of a pot, but the lighting of a fire. I just love this one. I think I'm going to put this up in my workspace. To keep your fire stoked, add knowledge. That's how I feel about learning and teaching. And I'm always so grateful that you trust me to teach you to be a better VA. I hope I've given you some good tips to help you take some steps forward today. As I say, you don't have to go full on back to school to learn new things. You can find a way to implement in your business every single week or every single month. Look for the opportunities that suit your business, that are relevant to the services that you offer, and that are relevant to the clients that you work with. And you're going to be growing every single day, even just a bit. It's important to get or remain competitive and relevant and valuable in the VA industry, which is constantly evolving. Continuous learning and skill development will help you provide higher quality services to your clients and open up new opportunities for growth in your VA business. If you're looking to build the kind of business that I'm talking about these days, a 50K and beyond VA business, that's where I can help. I am here to help you become a ridiculously good VA. I've helped hundreds of VAs who are stuck get moving through private coaching, my monthly mastermind group, my group coaching program, and my self-study trainings. If you're ready to get my help, let's connect on a cut to the chase call. You can book yours at yourvamentor.com/chase. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Ridiculously Good VA Show. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. For more great resources for your VA business, visit my website at yourvamentor.com. I'll see you back here next time.